Not breathing. Caller advised. Black stuff coming out of his mouth and he is not breathing.
But people reported that Gordon overdosed on heroin.
What's up, guys, or what's up, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to get into the death of Bobby Kristina, her tragic death. Basically, she was murdered because her boyfriend, and I say boyfriend lightly because she didn't want to be with his ass. He was abusive. I've been there and I lived that almost exact same life. My mom died when I was 17. I didn't have anybody to rely on but my grandmother and my uncle. And like basically, once you get fucked up in the head by a dude that abuses you, I pretty much got diagnosed with Stockholm Syndrome after the fact. It really fucks up your head and nobody can save you from that. It's just something that you have to recognize that there's a problem and that you need to leave. And you know, I always stayed because I felt bad, or I would leave. Like I did it for like 11, 12 years of my life on and off. And just like her, no matter what anybody told her, she wouldn't leave. I don't think Whitney would have stood for this shit if she was still alive. But you are a product of your environment. And you know, when you see toxic situations going on in your household, when you grow up, you somehow end up in those type of situations. I mean, at least that's what I think. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to her. Nick Gordon was a drug addict. I don't think Bobby Kristina used drugs before, you know, getting with him. Maybe she smoked weed. I smoked weed, but I never did any hard drugs. He did heroin. Like, this shit really triggers me, so it's going to be hard for me to get through. I'm already channeled with spirit. So don't mind if there's fluctuations with energy. I'm going to shuffle my cards real quick and see what CHRISSY has to say. She does have a very, very gentle spirit, and it's just sad, you know, that this motherfucker took her life. I don't think that he meant to, just because when you are in a toxic situation like that, you know, it's toxic. It is what it is. The woman stays because she feels like she needs him, and, you know, he abuses her and doesn't give a fuck, and the whole thing was just selfish. So like, I isolate myself from the world. I don't try to find love. Like, I'm fine, but I'm fucked up. First card out, success. So, you know, she was his meal ticket, and basically, you know, he was with her for the money. He was only with her to, you know, control her. Hanged man, like, I cannot tell you, like, she was stuck to this. Like, people that are not in these situations or that never experienced it won't understand what that's like. Side note, I swear they make me do fucking readings that relate to my life, so I have to heal through it because I'm not one of those people that shows my feelings and I never cry. The possessiveness, I see the possessiveness that he has out here. Like, I can relate. I know that shit is scary. Like, programs your mind, and then afterwards you're like fucked up because it fucks with your nervous system and you feel stressed all the time. She felt like she was living on eggshells. Like, he would go crazy if he seen her, or she was just basically having a normal conversation just with a guy. Just the fact that he was a guy, like, this motherfucker. Yeah, I get it. I understand. Crazy. I honestly hope someone that needs this watches this video. That was CHRISSY. She, like, man, is so disappointed in herself. Like, I know that shit. Like, some people make it out and some people don't. Like, even if she did stay alive and she tried to leave him, he wouldn't let her go energetically. Like, that's how bad it is. That's what I deal with in life now. Sucks when someone won't let you move on. She couldn't leave. Every time he would hit me, the more love I would lose. I hated him, but I felt like I needed him. And you can only hate someone that you loved. I'm not reading the cards, so I got, you know, I hope you guys are enjoying that. Like, some of this shit I might read, but I'm really not reading it. Like, she's telling me, she's talking through me. Like I say, like, sometimes it just depends on how spirit wants to channel with me. Let me pay attention. So, abundance, like, of course, obviously, he knew, you know, that she had money from Whitney's death, and if he married into it, you know, like, I'm saying, like, people can see your legacy and shit. They can see, demons see light. They see shit inside of you that you don't know that they see or whatever. But she wasn't old enough to really, you know, realize that yet. On one of these cards, I saw at the bottom, just because it lays on top of the cards or whatever, they're laid out in front of me, it says empathy. So Like, she knew she was intuitive about, you know, his ass. But it's just like, you just get so messed up in the fucking head, man. Like, and just like her, he fucking grabbed her by her damn hair and pulled her up the fucking steps by her hair and fucking beat the shit out of her. Like, there's like tears like trying to come out. I do not cry. Like, this is her talking through me, and I just feel the pain from it because I know what it's like, and I'm seeing it, I'm watching it, and it hurts. So freaking he dragged her up the steps. This is how she died. And he beat the shit out of her and was pulling her by her hair and punching her in the fucking face. And then he dragged her into the tub because, I don't know, they had some guy or maybe some friends over, and I'm not even looking at the cards because now I'm crying. This is like the second reading that I've ever cried in for someone. So he, you know, punched her, choked her. I guess, you know, she was high, or she liked to drink. Like, she liked to drink, so she was probably, with those type of dudes or people, because I'm sure there's women like this too, like, you can't say certain things, you can't act a certain way, and like, if they think something in their head, like, that you're doing, but you're not doing it, but they made this shit up in their head, they fucking beat your ass for it. And that's basically what he did, because I don't know, maybe she just said something that he didn't like that would have been normal to anyone else around that was normal. But when people are like that and they're on drugs, they're crazy. And my ex was on fucking crack, like, and he would lie and I would go back. What card is this? I already forgot what I was saying. Regret. Like, go back. Like, she would forgive him every time he would do this because he would promise to change. Like, you really fucking believe that shit, though. Like, I'm telling you, it's some kind of fucking mind control. So, I don't know, people, like, around them were starting to become suspicious. Like, there's something wrong here. Like, you change. Like, people start, not like your appearance doesn't really change, but you start, I hope you guys don't hear those crows. You start, like, you change mentally as a person. Like, you're not happy anymore. She wasn't happy anymore. Like, people could fucking see that. And, you know, people started witnessing the abuse. And that's what happened that night. But people don't really take that shit as serious as it is. But at the same time, when you're a grown-up and you make grown decisions, people can't help you. So when you don't get away, when the universe shows you that you need to leave because those are signs, because you could end up dead. Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm not even going to get into my fucking life for real because I don't want to remember that shit. I don't want to bring up that. It's just that her life and my life are so fucking similar. But, like, hers was, like, worse because she saw Whitney and Bobby's relationship, you know, freaking, I hope I didn't skip over any oracles because I'm talking to you guys. You know, she witnessed this toxic shit of drinking, fucking doing drugs, like, fucking, it's okay to be verbally fucking abusive to each other because it's normal. Like, that's some shit you get normalized to, and that's what happened to her. But, like, I don't know if she grew a little distant from her dad or whatever because she lived with her mom. But the way Nick was and the way my ex is, like, people like that, right? They're so controlling and paranoid that they think that you're doing shit when you're not around them. Like, you have to be in front of them 24/7, bruh. Legit. You know, when times were good, they were good. And when they were bad, they were bad. Like, and I'm not going to act like I'm a motherfucking saint either because I'm a fucking abuser too. Like, I don't know if CHRISSY ever fought back, but I damn sure fucking did. You ain't going to fucking hit me, and bitch, I fight like a man. Sorry if I didn't mention that I cuss on my channel because that's just, I'm working on it. Patience. So with the patience, it's basically, I'm going to change. Be patient with me. I'm seeing him fucking say shit like that. Like, they have a way. I don't know how they're so skilled at being like this, but it works. They're very good at mind control. I would call it a shapeshifter. And CHRISSY saying, like, people could see that she didn't really seem like herself. And, you know, fuck that bitch, Pat, because Pat, you know, Nick Gordon beat the shit out of her and put her in a position to where she couldn't fight for her life. And, you know, I think Bobby Brown was on tour. I don't know where the fuck he was, but I'm picking up, like, he's not around. I'm seeing her in the hospital. Like, I'm seeing her gain consciousness and, you know, getting back to normal or whatever. But I don't know if she had to be, like, on a certain diet or something to where she needed help eating, and Pat was fucking there, like, all day, every day. Like, she wanted to see her die. This is what Kristina is telling me, that she wanted to see her fucking die, and that she would take her food or whatever and not give it to her. Like, she would get rid of it somehow. Like, if it was, like, a tray of food, which I don't think it was. I think it was, like, liquid, or I don't fucking know. That is if she was getting food. All I know is that she was starved fucking somehow. So, I don't know. Like, that bitch is a wicked-ass motherfucker. Like, I'm seeing her in the room, you know, fucking with the tubing and shit on Kristina. Like, how could you be so evil? And then the bitch sits around still and she talks shit about fucking Bobby, Kristina, and Whitney. Like, bitch, you're a bitter ass bitch. Like, you still fucking mad as shit that you couldn't be like them or live their fucking lives. Like, and I hope you see this shit, you fucking punk bitch. Like, for real, because I seen the shit that you fucking did. Like, and I'd beat your ass on motherfucking sight. Like, I will catch a charge. Anyway, that don't have shit to do with anything, but, you know, I would beat your ass for Kristina, because she ain't have nobody to fucking protect her, and she damn sure didn't have her fucking mother and bitch, and that's what the fuck you did, was take her life to get her money. Like, money is worldly. Money is the root of all evil. So if you if you are a lover of fucking money, bitch, you're a waste of air. Fuck that shit. Like, I think CHRISSY was, like, only 22 years old when she died. Like, you didn't even give her a chance to live, on top of her fucking being beat by her boyfriend and feeling like that's the only fucking father figure. Like, bitch, I am your daddy. Like, I'm telling you, that's how they fucking act. Like, he was possessive of her. He owned her, like, in a way. Like, I don't know why he was like that, but he was obviously a fucking problem. Like, there was problems in his fucking household growing up. When I watch this video, it's going to be interesting to see what the cards are, because I'm not legit really reading none of them. Because I'm telling you her story. Like I said, I use the cards to fucking, you know, give you a fucking art view of shit that I think looks cool. Like, because I only buy cards that I think that looks cool or whatever. So, just to explain shit to you, I'm a medium. I'm not a motherfucking tarot card reader. So, you know what I'm saying? We ain't the same. And I said that to sound like an asshole because I am an asshole. Like, people think my life is completely different because of how I sound or whatever the fuck. Like, mind your motherfucking business, Karen and shit. So, you know, Bobby Kristina, she didn't want people in her fucking business because that's how you get. They tell you that you can't fuck with nobody, basically, and that, you know, it's just fucking control. Like, you're like a fucking slave, but of, like, fake love. Like, love does not hurt and shit. It's legit better to be alone in the world, like, literally alone and fucking isolated. And I don't look for love. Like, I don't have no guy friends, or I don't have no motherfucking friends, actually. So, you know, I'm alone all the time, and I like that shit because it's peaceful. Like, all she wanted was her fucking peace. She couldn't get that from her fucking little crack. I don't know what the fuck. That bitch probably did a whole bunch of different kind of drugs. Because clearly you see how he turned out. You got doubt. Yeah, she always saw potential in him that fucking he was never gonna have. Like, you always want to fix somebody and make, you know, believe in them more than they believe. They don't believe in themselves at all. Nick didn't believe in himself to fucking change for some reason. I don't know, the dude just his life was just messed up as a kid, and he turned out to be a messed up person. It just is what it is for some people. And you know, you got two types of people, I guess, in this world: people that are the fixers and people that are the breakers. Like, we all have to learn our lessons in different ways, but to each other, we are each other's lessons, like literally. And then having to live without that person because it was a lesson sucks, you know what I'm saying? But then you look at all the facts of the situation and how, you know, what love is and what it isn't, and you know, shit, like, you learn. And she didn't get to fucking learn, man. She didn't get that far. Like I said, some people never make it out alive because this shit's just fucked up. And for her, I think the simple fact that I didn't drink and fucking do drugs, like, probably saved me. I didn't let his shit or the toxic shit, and getting my ass beat and fighting back, because that made my beatings worse, honestly. And she probably fought back. Like, I think they were bad for her too. Like, I don't even know why I was just laughing, but she's saying, we are survivors. We're just here to tell the story. Like, okay, yeah, that's basically what the fuck I'm doing. So, yeah, I just got tired of motherfucking fixing people, man. She got tired. She was tired, but all that shit, the fucking drinking, the drugs, were dragging her ass down. So that's where the disadvantage, you know, came in. Like, she didn't see the shit coming, because when you're in that type of relationship, any moment can be your fucking last. Like, you don't know. It's a 50-50 situation every single day. You don't know. Anything could pop off. Like, I used to get my ass beat because I used to fight with him or find his fucking drugs, his fucking paraphernalia and shit. Empathy, because I knew he was fucking lying, and so did she. I don't know, maybe she thought about the fucking drugs with him, and then, you know, shit would just go bad, so she would go back to drinking and getting high, because that's the only way she could really deal with it, you know what I'm saying? People do deal with coping differently. Everyone's not the same. I do this, bitch, because I'm working for God. It's my fucking purpose. And you keep fucking with me. So, you know, you will know his name is the Lord as he strikes his vengeance upon you. You want spiritual gifts. You want to be a divine motherfucking feminine. But how would you feel if motherfuckers tried to take your motherfucking life every day by beating the fucking brakes off of your ass, and then when you try to move on with your life, they don't let you go motherfucking energetically? So, you know, they try to cause black magic and make you sick. They want you dead because they can't fucking be with you. If I can't have you, nobody else can. Exactly what Nick Gordon was like. But even if CHRISSY was by her damn motherfucking self and single and not, you know, dealing with dudes, he was still jealous that he couldn't fucking be with her. Motherfuckers are weird, and that's exactly why I stay single. I don't want that shit. Maybe she didn't either. Maybe she just wanted to pack up and leave, but she couldn't because you had the fucking rat after her fucking money, him after her money, and trying to be possessive of her. Like, bitch, you're not going nowhere. Like, if he could have put a fucking tracking device on her, he would. I'm sorry, but no, there is absolutely no excuse for hitting a fucking woman. I don't give a shit if you was raised right or if you wasn't right. If you wasn't raised right, because wrong is wrong, and it doesn't take rocket science to know that men are stronger than women, and they should never put their hands on one. If you bout it. So Nick was a friend, not her boyfriend. He was her boyfriend in his motherfucking mind, but not in hers. They were just friends. All she wanted to do was be friends. And you know, when you get to the point of where you don't love somebody anymore because you see who they truly are, like, you want to get ghost. But the soul ties are so real that even if you separate energetically, if the other person does not let go, it's not like you can't move on and be in another fucking relationship. And that's exactly what he never wanted for her life. So, you know, he was going to take it from her. And you know, I don't think he killed her out of, well, maybe yes, out of jealousy. Yeah, that's exactly why he did that. So whatever the dude downstairs obviously looked better than his ass or had some shit that he fucking didn't, he felt insecure. So, you know, he took that shit out on Chrissy. I don't know if he pulled her to the side and was like, you know, come here, Chrissy, real quick, trying to be slick so the dude wouldn't fucking see, and then he dragged her up the steps and did that shit. Like, okay, like, you deserve, like, I'm telling you, he couldn't have been my motherfucking boyfriend. I would have beat that bitch in the fucking face with a hammer. I'm telling you, like, the drugs made him, like, be crazy, like, in a rage all the time. Like, this shit is wild. And so it just doesn't matter, like, how much you fight back. She might have got tired. I got tired of fighting back. Like, it would piss me off, and I'd be, like, in a rage waiting for him to come back, and he'd be gone for, like, 12 fucking hours. So then I'd be even more pissed off. But luckily for her, Nick was never out of sight. She never got to get away from him. He watched everything that she did. Like, if she would leave the house and wanted to go get her nails painted with her family or her fucking friends, guess who wanted to tag along? And if he couldn't, he was going to get a fucking attitude. And if he did stay home, he was going to beat her ass when she came back. Judgment. Because he couldn't handle it. Oh, you're out having lunch with your family, but you're cheating on me with the motherfucking waiter, bitch. I know that you cheated on me when you were gone. Shit like that. But you know, he was judged for it. He got karma after she died anyway, because he could never fucking live with the fact that he fucking treated her like that. And that is the karma when you have to live without the person that tried to fucking save you. That's why they call these types of relationships karmic cycles. You can escape the worldly things, but never the underworld. And when you rack up all that type of karmic debt, when you beat on a fucking angel, she was a divine feminine. She was sent here to save him, and he realized that after she was gone. And that's exactly what happens. It's called a karmic lesson. Clearly, he continued to use drugs, is what I'm saying, and that's apparently how he fucking died. I don't really know if that's true, and at the same time, I'm not going to look into it because I don't give a fuck. Some people are just born with demons on them. Stay woke. Like, I've never met a normal-ass fucker or dealt with a normal-ass fucker. Or, I mean, whatever. Yeah, basically, that's what they are, is fuckers. So they were always on drugs or drinking. Like, she never got the chance to be around anybody because he lived at their house and, you know, had family issues and shit because his life was chaotic. I don't know, he just grew up in a fucked up household. And then you meet an angel and her family, but she grew up in a fucked up household too. Two fucked up ass people come together and they motherfucking trauma bond. Like, that's all that shit is. And you have to learn your lesson, and when you don't learn it on time, your life is taken away from you. And you know, Nick will be fucking judged for that. He's in the fucking underworld. Like, she tried to save him from his karma, but when people are born with fucking demons on them, you reap their karma and they make your life a living hell.